It's that time again, huh? Time for another episode of Absolute Unit! Today we are looking at the one Fire Emblem character everyone wants in Smash, but will never get because axes aren't his coolest swords apparently, and because there are already a shit ton of Fire Emblem characters in Smash, and because he's already a spirit, and well, you get the point. This man I'm talking about is Hector. And while we may not get to use this glorious axe lord in Smash, we could still impale some damn louse mercenaries in the fucking skull. So let's see why this cape-wearing badass is indeed an absolute unit. Starting off in Chapter 12, his stats are actually not overly impressive at first. He also comes with a C rank in axes. Not bad by any means, but not something to scare your enemies with. Until you realize he is only level 1 unpromoted, in which case his starting stats suddenly start to look fucking incredible. I mean, just look at that 13 con. This guy could carry literally Eliwood's entire army on his back and still not suffer any weight penalties. Add to the fact that most enemies in Chapter 12, which obviously is recruitment chapter, use either axes or lances. There are some sword units, although there are few and far between, and you also have the Great Wall of Ostia himself, Oswin, to deal with them. Once you start leveling Hector up in this chapter, you'll really get to see just how unfucking believable this guy is. Speaking of which, let's start talking about his growth rates. While luck and resistance are definitely not winning him any awards anytime soon, his most important growths are high, that being strength, skill, and defense, especially skill considering he comes with the Wolf Bale, which is by far one of the coolest names you could give to a weapon. Holy shit, I love that name. Which actually comes with a might of 10, so it definitely lives up to that badass name. Most of the time, he will level up strength a lot, and usually ends up being one of the strongest units on your team, if not the strongest. Defense being a 50-50 chance means he will also be a wall, so if you need a brick shithouse that can also fight back, Hector is your man. Skill being at 45% actually ends up being extremely useful, again due to him needing to wield the Wolf Bale and eventually Armads. I mean, look at Armads. That just radiates a certain big dick energy that is very difficult to come by in this game. 35% speed isn't terrible, not great, but decent enough that he'll still be doubling enemies even late into the game, but considering his one-shot potential, it's kinda irrelevant. But if he does suffer some speed issues, just speed wing him up and he'll be doubling the poor dumbass is stupid enough not to run in terror from the sight of him. And keep in mind, we still did not get to his promotion. Days, boy! Okay, I won't do that again, I promise. Upon promotion, he gains a whopping 0 strength. But he does gain 3 speed. Believe it or not, this is actually pretty big. Sure, no strength sucks, but his growth rate in strength is already high enough to the point that this is basically unimportant. More speed is always a plus as it keeps him on par with most enemies and, for the most part, won't get doubled outside of facing like a swordsmaster or something. He also gains plus 5 resistance, which means magic users are probably not going to have an easy time dealing with them either. And he also gains some skill and more swole con, and eventually he will get Armads as I mentioned before. Armads has a whopping 18 strength and an 85 in hit. Yup, Big Dick Energy should be its real name. Also, this shit is heavy, so don't expect Hector to double things with it too often. But it does give him plus 5 defense when equipped and is super effective against dragons alongside ice, dragon, and fairy type moves. Oh, fuck, that's the wrong series. My bad. Essentially, Hector starts off decently strong and ends up being a fucking monster by the end, assuming you are using him. If not, you can play how you want, but just let you know you're making the game harder for yourself. This guy is just too good to pass up. Support-wise, his best ones are the guy that looks like Roy, Jiggle Mechanics, and Fly Girl. He has others, but they are all pretty irrelevant. All 3 give him more offense than he really needs, but game breaking is fun, am I right? I paired him with Lynn, and they turned out to be a deadly couple, and by that I mean Hector was doing most of the work. Although, because GBA supports are kinda slow and I pretty much suck at this game, I couldn't really get them married. The only real downsides to Hector besides speed are late promotion in Chapter 25, and the fact that he gains no movement upon promotion, so getting him to battle might be a pain in the dick, but really outside of that, there are no downsides to using the best lord in the game, hands down. I would talk about Hector's story, but I never played it due to me wanting to play the other Fire Emblem games, and I simply just kind of forgot about it. Maybe I'll play it one day. Maybe, if I'm not being a lazy prick about it. Overall, while Hector may not be as grossly overpowered as Lobsterman or Redhead Redemption, Hector is still monstrously strong and will definitely serve his purpose and end up being the best damn axe user we ever saw in the GBA era of Fire Emblem. He's strong, he's sexy, he has a cape, and wields an axe. What more could you want besides him being in Smash Bros. As a playable character? He is, without a doubt, an absolute unit. So that does it for today's episode. Let me know what you guys think. And some people actually came to me and told me that I should cover some underrated units. I plan to do so as a sub-series to this, so stay tuned for that. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, yada yada yada. And I'll see you all next time. Peace. Have a great day.